3 steps back.
Okay, any other final comments here? That list's pretty good. It's a lot. You feel comfortable with it? But I think as you work with it, it's really a couple of things that are going to change. And I think it's more based on the last thing that you said. It's more of a continuous flow of connecting what you're doing, connecting your strategic plan throughout the year at the board table. I would expect as a result of this conversation to see that kind of change occurring.
Fortunately, unfortunately, I'm going to still need timely and adequate information.
Well, and that's another thing that the board should spend time on at your retreat. Take a few minutes and take a look at the data that you look at throughout the year. When you look at it, does that make sense? We set up an annual monitoring plan at one point. So we knew what time of year we were going to look at which data. Now, the advanced stuff is here, girl. I'm going to tell you, boards have been looking at data forever. It may not be clear what data you need, and you might have too much, you might not have enough. You should let your superintendent know that. The advanced work, though, is taking the data and doing something with it. That's what we didn't do when I was at it. We looked at low second grade math scores and accepted that that was okay. As a result, instead of saying, we'd really like to see that change, like you said, maybe it's 6th grade, 3rd grade reading or whatever.
I'm talking about general information in preparation for the board meeting as opposed to...
Oh, general, okay. I was thinking more of the big strategic stuff, but that as well. That as well. Do you want that on this list, the information?
It's just me.
You guys comfortable with that? I mean, that's something you did talk about.
Oh, absolutely put it down.
I think you should put that down. That was the general, improving the general flow of information to boards. I better end this or this list is going to get longer. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. On the information to the board for meetings, right?
That's before
More, I want to get specific here so it's clear. All right. Well, I will type this up and get this back to you. And I look forward to coming back maybe in a couple of years, or if not, just do this on your own.
Thank you for this. This was.
Thank you.
I'm basically.
We're
shocked.
I'm glad. I wanted it to be an engaging process where you could grow and learn as a board team.
I might come back next year.
I'm glad to do that. And if you want some more training, there are some things we could work with you on. But I'm going to warn you, it's going to be like tonight. It's going to be talking and it's going to be making decisions, not sitting and getting. That's not where you change. You change by reading an article and talking amongst yourselves about what that means. How can you develop your leadership? How can you set better goals? If there's anything else I can do to support you, you let me know, because I want to see those level 4s go up. And it was really my
Well, you
pleasure.
guys, I'm telling you, you guys do a good job. There's associations where you just go to drink coffee, you're fun speaking.
No, y'all were good. Y'all were very good.
Well, aren't we all dedicated, and including all of you, thank you all for coming, to our children. That's why we come, isn't it? It's about the kids. And I think about that every time I'm driving back. We all work collaboratively together. We'll get you the resources and you go out and do the job. That's what I want to see. And I know kids are improving as a result. So it's my pleasure.
Let me just make 2 announcements. Our next regular board meeting is on Monday, May 10th, here at the central office at 5:30, and then we have a call board meeting on Monday, May the 24th at 8 a.m. If nothing else, this meeting is adjourned.
Just for a few minutes, and then I'll turn it back on when we get to the data part. But what I saw is you're really focused more on leadership. And here I just pulled a couple of quotes here from what Peter's saying. He's done a lot of work around organizational leadership and change. And are we not in the midst of huge change again? Aren't we always? But with the race to the top and the competitive bidding going on for grants, and now they're changing how we assess teachers in the state. They're talking about changing that whole measure to tying teacher effectiveness to a year's worth of growth in the classroom. And there's just a lot of change coming up for us as boards. And as leadership is certainly the target now of creating systems where every child is successful. And I like the way he talks here that it really isn't just at the board level. It's formal and it's informal and it's happening throughout the system. And then when people throughout the system, which is the board level on down, become stewards of the children, the system, and one another, then they provide the context for change. So in order to develop your leadership, you really need sessions like this to continue to grow in your own professional development. And again, you model that for others. And then to pull just another one, Richard Elmore did a lot of work around what does leadership look like. And he did this in 2000 when the standards and assessments first came into play. He said, if we're going to be successful using standards and assessments to raise the bar for kids, leadership needs to look different. And I like this because oftentimes we talk about raising up the bottom, but he says it's not any system and any, one system or one school, right? But what can school boards do so that all units are improving at some rate? And I think that's when I look at your board self-evaluation and look at your data, I think that's where you're at. You're really working pretty well as a team. There's pretty good evidence of that, and we'll talk about that. So leadership is what we're here to help you do, is develop a stronger leadership team that does work